Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm excited to bring to you today another review from the Takara Lost Stage line, which is the Japanese name for the simplified figures. We are taking a look at Battle Command Optimus Prime. Now this figure is basically, at least from what I can figure out, the centerpiece of their simplified Transformer line. Much like the Stomp and Chomp Grimlock is the centerpiece of our line here. It is based on the Freightliner design. I hope I've gotten that name right. If I'm not, I know somebody's corrected me once before. I think I got it. But I do appreciate all correction and constructive criticism as long as it's done in a respectful manner. So please, if this is not a Freightliner, please feel free to tell me. It also comes with a little bit of a trailer, which I think is very nice. And one thing I really do like is the way the hitch is designed. You can swivel with it. Now this does have lights and sound gimmicks. To activate them, you want to come underneath. There's a switch right back here in the hitch of the truck. That will let you know that it's on when you hear that little voice. I unfortunately don't know what it's saying. It is a bit of a, because it's all in Japanese, but there are sounds. And one of the sounds happens when you disconnect the trailer, but you have to do it in a certain way, which is like a little rough and like you're pulling it off. Let me try that again. There you go. So we're going to move the trailer off to the side. We'll get to that. I'm sorry, yeah, so the trailer in a little bit. So, here it is. Nice look at the vehicle. A lot to go through, so I'm trying to move through this very quickly. It's the standard flame, cab. We've seen it before. Now, it does interact with the one-step changers. And I'm very specific by saying the one-step changers. I have tried with the power battlers, who also have the little the magnets in the feet, but their legs are just too big to fit around on this platform. There's a sensor here and a sensor here. Obviously, it's for Autobot and Decepticon. So, for an Autobot, we have Hound. That's one. Two. That's three. And I think he says one more thing. Yeah, there you go. Now, sometimes it doesn't cycle through quite evenly. I should also mention that I tried using Bumblebee, and the position of the magnet in the foot actually didn't work. I mean, I had to turn it around backwards, and it was kind of weird, so just be mindful of that. Drift should work as well. That's who they show in the instructions. But now here's Lockdown, which, as of this recording, is the only Decepticon one-step that's been released. That's one. That's two. That's three. And that's four. So, there are the sounds there. Okay, so we're going to pause now. I'm going to reattach the trailer, and I'm going to show you the first transformation mode, where it's like a battle platform with Optimus Prime. Okay, I went ahead and removed the weapons to save time. There's holes and ports everywhere. You can peg them on, do crazy driver mode, what have you. Also, since we'll be focusing on the trailer, I have moved Optimus Prime out of view, but it's still attached. Step one, you want to come in unpeg these little wingtips, and they're also like a ramp. Cars can fit in here. You can get one down here, one up here. Then go ahead and fold out these tips to do it just like so. Next, what you want to do is go ahead and detach everything and spread it open, just like so. Yeah, move the camera back here. This does get big. That is one thing I do really like about it. So everything's spread open like that. You have these guns. Just swing them up and over. You can unpeg them, just like so. If for handheld weapons, we'll get into that in a moment. And next, what you want to do is just bend the top part of the ramp for the upper deck down, so it's posted up like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and add on the weapons and some figures. And here's the battle platform in vehicle mode. As you can see, you can position the Autobots however you like. You can stick them back over there with the guns over the shoulders. What's also really cool, as you can see, if the figures like Hound have that little 5mm port, you can have them hold the swords, the guns. So it really does work out quite nicely. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead, detach the trailer, and we're going to get into robot mode with Optimus Prime. Okay, so now we're going to transform the cab into robot mode. Just want to make sure I still have it on. See, there's the switch right there. First step, see these little would be the footstep for the driver to get into the cab. Go ahead, push down on them, or push them in, and that will spring out the side. There's one on each side. That's step one. Step two, you want to come in and detach this top part here and swing it around, and there you start to see a little bit of Optimus Prime. This does transform similarly to that first edition Optimus Prime, but not quite. Next, what you want to do is go ahead, bring this front down, continue to fold what was the cab down and around. That will bring the feet down just like so. You can then go ahead and spread it, and then I'll just go ahead and bring the camera up. And there's a reason why I was starting off in robot mode. We're going to get to that in a minute. Just come around back here, bring this back part down, this whole section just like so. That will basically slide in over here, bring that down, so you got like a little bit of a rear skirt section, freeing up the platform. And then finally, you're going to spread the arms, and they're going to peg into the sides. And there you go. And that's why I was waiting for to do this from vehicle to robot mode. And let me just bring the camera down. You can get a good shot of Optimus Prime in his robot mode. There are some lights and sounds in this mode as well. The instructions say something about pushing on the smokestacks as well as a button. I really don't notice much of a difference, to be honest. I think the button pushes the smokestacks, but I'm not sure. But let's take a listen. There's one I'm looking for. That's all of them. As you can see, the chest here will light up as well as the eyes. I was waiting for the Dinobot one. As you can see, it doesn't scroll through evenly. I am actually going to adjust the camera again to bring it up a little, because we are going to take a look at what happens when you put the robots on the platform in robot mode. Sounds like it's the same, I think it's the same, I'm pretty sure it's the same sayings. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it doesn't say the Autobot transform. I don't want to take too much time, but if I'm wrong again, you can correct me. And here's Decepticon. It says Decepticon. Okay, so that's about it. It just says those two things. So yeah, now in robot mode, he can hold his big freaking sword. What's nice is there is a little slot there, and there's a tab in the hand. These are, by the way, very soft. So yeah, so you get that great, related action. And of course, there's holes in the arms, hand ports. You can armor this guy up however you see fit. You want to get a little extra blade action going on. You can just slide that sword in. This is a really fun figure. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope I can get you guys to get into it. But we're actually not done yet. There's one more mode, and we gotta go back to the trailer. Okay, so here we are with the trailer. And this actually turns into a jetpack, which I'm sure some of you can figure out because it looks very similar as the battle mode. First step, what you want to do is go ahead and flip the hitch underneath, just like so. So it fits up in there. Next, what you want to do is go ahead, open the platform up, just like so. Go ahead, flip out those wingtips, flip this up, bring it down, just like so. Go ahead, bring the guns up, and basically you want to go ahead and rotate them so they're the handles. Ooh, I should maybe just move that up a little. Handles are facing on the inside, just like so. I mean, things do rotate around here. Actually, I do want. Oh, you want to just like that, because they rotate from here, but they also rotate from the base. So that's a kind of how you want to rotate them from the base. Go ahead and then spread everything open, just like that. Then what you want to go ahead and do, and just, oops, sorry for knocking into the camera. Bring down, bring up. Ooh, almost broke that. These side panels, so you have the wings up, just like so. I'm just straighten some stuff out here. I'm gonna try to make it look somewhat nice. And yeah, this is basically it. The next step is to go ahead and attach this to Optimus Prime himself, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, as you see, I got Optimus Prime turned to the side so you can see how this attaches. Basically, you're just going to, there's a groove here that's going to drop right over, just like that. There's some hooks here that will clip into the parts of his back. I'm bringing this camera back. And then the big thing is right here, it's a double clip, post into there, post into the back. And there you go. And this is basically his winged form. You got him up. Now, but just so you know, when he comes out of the package, his wings are actually down and around like this. So they tell you to bring them up and rotate them, just like so. Now, to armor him up. Again, this one actually has some more suggestions that I prefer. Basically, you want to take the swords, put them in like that, if he's not using them. These are the shorter swords, or if you don't have another Autobot like Drift holding them. Then you can come around the back here, and oh boy, that's a big turn. And right over the wheels, you can peg these guns in. So when he's flying, he's got them just like so. And you want to just bring him up a little. And then, of course, you can reinsert the hand the sword back into the hand, just like so. I gotta tell you, it doesn't peg in that well, but the grip is there. And so yeah, let me see if I can get this back far enough and adjust things. Yeah, that's a very intimidating, massive, powerful look right there. That can, that would look great on a shelf, however you want to say it. Like I said, the weapons, he can hold them, do what have you. And let me just double check. I don't think there's any different words or anything in the when he's in the combined mode here. I think it's only when he's in like vehicle and robot mode. Can I even get him on? Yeah, it's basically the same. So, but do you really need anything? I mean, I would have preferred maybe some additional sound effects, but so let's pause, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Before I give you my final thoughts, I do realize that I skipped over articulation for Optimus Prime. That was just strictly to save time in the review. I'll just go over it quickly right now. Head can rotate, ratchet joints, forward ratchet joints in the shoulders, out, forward, and back. 90-degree bend at the elbow, faux ratchet, rotation at the bicep. There are hip joints, again, ratchet joints. There is a swivel. Also 90-degree bend at the knees, but the back section, that rear skirt, really gets in the way, and that's about it. So you can pose him, but once you basically have this backpack on him, you're really not going to be moving him around into dynamic poses because it does make him a little bit top-heavy. I highly recommend this figure. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fun. And that's something that I feel is very important with Transformers. You basically have a Jetwing Optimus Prime for under $100, and that's even including import fees and what have you. And I think that's great. I know some of you are going to turn up your noses because it's a simplified transformation, but I got to tell you, the simplified transformation makes a lot of room for the fun gimmicks and all this extra weapons and stuff. This is really cool. This is a great way to arm up those little one-step figures. And let me tell you, from that drift mold alone, we're going to be getting a ton of them. So there's no reason to, pass this guy up. I don't know if Hasbro's going to release it. I doubt it. This doesn't seem like something that will fit into one of their predetermined pricing schemes, and they're already doing the first edition Prime with the Masterpiece trailer, so this might be a little redundant. I kind of hope they don't, since I already paid for it, but even then, if they do, they'll be stripping the electronics and what have you, or something like that, because I don't see them getting Peter Cullen to redub the electronics. Again, fantastic figure. Pick it up. Big Bad Toy Store, TF Source, eBay, convention, what have you. This is your old pal Chuck for Battle Command, Optimus Prime. We'll see you next time.